What's up? I'm Corey.
I'm Kelly.
I gotta say something first. Uh, it's amazing how powerful the ego is. I guess I'll just start with that. I love that today I don't feel the need to defend myself. I've always had this strong desire to just be seen as something, to have this image that people see me as somebody that I've never been. And like for the first time in my life that I'm actually becoming who I've always wanted people to see me as, and I'm by no means am that person. I still have a long way to go, although I'm there. The where I'm at today, I just don't care. I just don't have the feeling that I need to defend myself to anybody. And I guess I told Kelly that.
And at the same time,
yeah,
you say that, and I'm like,
no, but I don't. And the piece that I had, I love it. I love the fact that I don't feel the need to defend the process that I'm going through of becoming my best self. Does it look like does it look like what I wanted it to look like? No. But it's perfect the way that it is. So, not in any defense. You know, I've had 3 different occasions where people say that I'm always on here loaded doing this. And my only response was go back a few episodes and look at our posts about my relapse. I am completely open. And you know, is my process, is my progress perfect like people want it to be? Well, a thought that I had earlier today is, if you have a family member, which almost everybody does, that struggles with addiction, just love them. That's all that God wants us to do, is love one another. I mean, if you find your loved one in the pantry just stuffing his face full of food, and you know that the person's dying of high blood pressure or dying of clogged arteries, just love that person. You know, that's what life's about. It's about loving one another. It's about bettering ourselves. I mean, that is how I can become a better person, is by not judging somebody but loving them. And you know, what can I do in a non-codependent way where I don't have to get all wrapped up in their stuff, but I can still love them while protecting myself from that codependent behavior. And it's really strange being on the side of codependency and addiction. You know, the codependency is something I deal with, and it's interesting to see my life from that side. But whenever these 3 individuals said, you know, you and your sister are always loaded out there putting these videos out, and I'm just like, my first thought was to defend Kelly. It's like, but then I thought, well, maybe she is loaded. and I know I really didn't think for a second that she is, but I mean, who am I to speak up for her?
I know. And so you told me that, and then I'm like, well, then I want to like defend myself. I want to tell everyone, well, the thing about it,
Ego.
Yeah, totally. The thing about it is that we've been recording for a year, really consistently, like weekly, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. And so if you take anybody in this world and you record and you just make recordings every single week, you're going to see our highs and our lows. You're going to see us in sickness and in health. You're going to see us in like these manic, high energy, blissful states, and you're going to see us depressed, and you're going to see us struggling and going through stuff. And so,
and anytime I'm depressed, or anytime I'm manic, or anytime I'm anything other than just even kill, I'm on something.
Right.
And I understand that. I don't take offense to it. It's been the pattern of my life. So
Right.
for me to let my ego get in the way and say, how dare you say that? It's like, well, I mean, 30 plus years has proven that you're on something. Well, I'm a human, and I
some
have
of
my
the things you
highs.
had been on
Uh-huh.
something. I mean,
And
we
I've-
did record for quite a few months where you
Yeah.
you were.
And put that
It's
out
like-
there. Put that out there
And
for
it-
the world.
And that's the thing about this, is that we're not perfect. Like, this is our vulnerability. This is our life. This is like, we're just showing up in whatever state we're in. And it's a process, and we're sharing that. We're sharing that with the world. And I personally, for myself, cannot get on here in a different altered state of mind, because I'm so judgmental and critical of myself that I would not be able to share it. I would be judging myself, and I think that is one of the things too, is learning not to judge ourselves. Like, there's all these people out there judging us, and that is part of recording and putting ourselves out there in the world, is we're just going to get judged. And I just am learning to accept that. Like, I'm coming to accept that.
Yeah, I'm really grateful that I didn't take offense to it.
Yeah.
Like, that I'm at that place today where I didn't feel the need to defend myself. And we're talking about 3 different occasions where it's
Yeah,
like,
I know, that's crazy.
what? And I didn't even respond. I didn't even feel the need to.
Right, because I know that I'm not.
Yeah. I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love, today has been a good day. Today has been a day where I've felt so much love, and just, I feel abundance in my life, in my poverty. In my imperfection, I can feel this process of perfecting, of becoming better, of progressing, instead of falling back into old ways. And it's feels good.
I become really aware whenever I fall back. Like, I'm so aware of my state of mind and my state of being, and like, whenever I get wrapped up in my thoughts and stuff. Like, last week I was really involved with a few different people who have a lot happening in their lives, and it's heavy and challenging and hard, and I've caught myself falling into those codependent thinking, like just wanting to help, and how can I be there for them, and really I pushed myself too much, and I recognized it towards the end of the week that I was just completely drained. I was so drained, like I had nothing else to give, and I was just like, I can't believe that I've lived the majority of my life like that, where I caught myself just experiencing that for a week, and being caught up in a lot of thinking and heaviness and stuff, and I'm like, man, I'm so grateful that I'm able to see it. Like, I'm able to recognize my thoughts. I'm able to bring myself back to me, that I'm not all those thoughts. I don't have to carry all that. I can give it to God. Like, He has other people so much more than me, and He's gonna help me to know where I can assist, and what I can do. And a lot of it is truly, like you said, is people just need love. Like, truly.
Yeah.
Love, and like to just listen. Listen whenever they may need to talk or share things, and just be there.
Yeah. And I really didn't feel judged. I don't know if I said that. I didn't feel like these people were judging me. It was actually 2 of the 3 said that they really admired what I'm doing. I haven't claimed to be perfect. I've never gotten on here and said I'm perfect, but I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I'm so blessed in so many ways I've thought so much about the people that are just still so hooked on drugs and just really feel hopeless, and I just want them to open their windows and let some light in their room and, you know, share that there is hope. There is hope. And I mean, I'm one of the types, and I've said it before, I am the hopeless type. That is the type of addict that I am. I'm the type that never recovers in the past without help of another. I was the kind that ended up in institutions or dead. That's just the type of addict that I am. But I'm alive, and I'm sober, and I'm I'm happy.
See, I'm a controlling addict. I haven't struggled like you as far as like the drugs, and you know, I mean, yes, I have used drugs in my life, but I've not used them to the point where like I'm so high and so loaded and so, you know, just like so for people to say that I look like that, it's just kind of funny to me, because I'm like, I haven't struggled in that way. I mean, yes, I have used alcohol, and I have, you know, I have, but it's not been like, oh, and I'm trying to explain myself.
We got dopey eyes. We do.
Oh, yeah, we do.
It's just genetically, but
yeah.
It isn't.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's all good. I
don't like being judged.
No, your ego does not like being judged.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our
it
egos
really doesn't.
are so strong.
Because it's so true. Because me, myself, who I am, it's really, there is no judgment. Like, it's people's perception, opinions. It's whatever is in them, and it's really learning to separate myself from that. And this is so good for that. This is like teaching me and bringing me through that process. It really is. So thank you, y'all.
And you know, I don't think anybody wants to see me fail, but
no,
people that are stuck in that cycle of addiction, no matter what it is, there is a egotistical satisfaction in another person's failure.
Yeah.
That's just the ego's way of saying I am better than. I'm not doing as bad. Look at Corey Powell, you know. How does an addict say, well, I'm not an addict? Well, you look at the addict that's worse off than you. You look at the person that's bigger than you. You look at you did just do that. Good job.
Yeah.
Minimizing yourself.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
for this opportunity. I mean, we are in the process of learning and growing.
Yeah, you are just as good of an addict as I am.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Just don't push the limits like I do. But or your addiction comes out in a different way. You want the control of it. You like that control of being in control of your addiction that's completely out of control.
Right. Yes.
You have absolutely no control over that thought that you have control over it.
Right.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Thank you.
Go.
Yes.
Amen. Addiction is just, it's so, and we say it all the time, it is so sneaky, and it's so abundant, and it's in so many different ways, different aspects, and it's so easy to look at me and say, I'm not as bad as him. I'm just going to go eat another Snickers bar.
Right.
Well, you know, everybody struggles in their own way.
Right.
And today I don't have that beast tying me down. I'm sure people look at me and say, man, Corey's lost a lot of weight. What's going on with him? Well, first off, he doesn't have any extra testosterone flowing through his body. Second off, I don't eat very much. I eat very, very healthy. I rarely eat meat. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that contribute to the fact that I have lost 30 pounds this year. And I like it. I like how I feel. I like the way my body is. My blood pressure's really low. Not low, but my blood pressure's perfect. My body's healthy. I mean, I'm happy. And in saying that, one of the hardest things for somebody that has actually used steroids is accepting themselves for the way they look naturally. It becomes very, very psychologically like, I'm not good enough. Look at me. You know, I'm skinny. I'm not big and buff anymore. And it's like, no, I still am. So I'm not in an egotistic way. I'm still strong and I have muscle mass, but I don't have this big old swole up look, and it's an ego thing. It's like, I want to stand out. It's just another part of addiction that I've had to overcome that I don't think I've ever talked about.
Yeah.
But it is, anybody that's used testosterone before knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, I use testosterone. That's why I got it.
For different reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My hormones. But no.
Yeah, the ego is just so powerful. You know, me wanting
really
to convince anybody of anything, I'm so grateful that today that is not my motivation. That is not why I do this. I really just want to reach somebody that hears something that it's able to help them in their life. That's all I care about. And
Truly.
you know, if it means getting on here when I'm depressed or getting on here when I'm manic so that people can see that it's okay to be not okay, then I'm not going to be embarrassed about it.
Right. Yeah, and for me as well, like there's so many times, and I guess I'm explaining myself, I don't know. I mean, it's just this whole process. I mean, I have such a weak immune system, and so I spend a lot of time weak and sick, and I continue to show up, you know, just because this, we've committed our, you know, we said yes to this, and it's, you know, I don't know what God is doing. I question it sometimes, a lot of the time. I'm like, what is this all about? But I don't need to know. And it's really just like we just came to an aha moment, like sitting here recognizing stuff. I feel like we sit down in the car together, and it's like we press play and we're in therapy, you know, and I learn so much from the things that I say, and I learn so much from what you say. And then I think about stuff throughout the week, and it's really helping me in this process. And, you know, a couple years ago, I never would have ever shown my face on a video without makeup on, you know, but I learned really early on doing this that when the Spirit moves us, like, I don't always have time to do my hair and to put makeup on and stuff, you know, and it's like, and that's not what God needs or wants. Like, He just wants us to show up in the raw and who we are, how we are, and what our state we're in, because we're in recovery. Like, we are recovering our souls, and we are overcoming like a lifetime. Like, you're 46
46.
and I'm gonna be 50, and so it's like we have an entire lifetime of just all these behaviors and habits and just all of the stuff that we talk about that we are overcoming. We're in it. We are in the work. Like, this is work. We have not, like, we're not on top of the mountain. Like, we have not succeeded, and we're teaching everyone else like how to succeed like us. We're just in it, and we're just doing it, and we're just sharing what is working for us, and we're sharing what's not working for us, because I mean, y'all see it. Y'all see when we're good and when we're not. You know,
I don't watch many of these videos, but I have found myself watching the ones where I know that I had been using, and it's just so embarrassing. It's so humiliating. My ego gets very like, just why why would I do that? But it's so humbling
Yeah.
for me to say, look, that is just too bad. That's just too bad, because that's out there forever. But
Right.
maybe it'll give somebody hope. The fact that this hopeless addict can recover his life. I don't know what 5 years looks like. I know what today looks like, and I know that I'm okay today. And I feel like if I'm alive, that I have a bright future. And what is God going to do in my life? I look forward to seeing it. I'm enjoying living it.
Yeah.
Better
so
yet,
true.
I'm not looking forward to going to heaven. I'm just going to enjoy being there right now, and enjoy what God has given me, the grace and just the love that I feel in my life today. As we've said before, I'm not waiting for this place to go and see my mom. I mean, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great time to get there and to be there, but what's the point in sitting here and suffering and being miserable because I made some mistake and I made a couple videos that were, whatever. But
I think it would help. It seems like it would help you, because you see yourself and you're like, I don't want to be like that. Like, I don't want, that in my life. And
yeah, it's my children's mom, she recorded me a number of times, and she'd try and show it to me, and I'd see it, but I wouldn't look at it. But I have actually consciously looked at myself and said, that is not who I want to be. Probably the best thing that could be in my life is to see myself in a way that I just absolutely don't want to be. So yeah, definitely. It's just not even, all ego apart from it, all ego aside, that's just not the person that I want to be. I don't want to represent that. I don't want to put that energy into the world and be a part of that dark world. I want to lift the world up and be a part of this period of enlightenment that's just going on all around us. And if you're not seeing it, open your eyes.
Yeah, stop looking at the stuff you're looking at and do a little shift, because man, there's so much good in this world.
There is.
There's so many great people who are just bringing so much love and so much light and so much goodness into this world. And it's like, I share stuff on TikTok, and so sometimes I'll see stuff on TikTok, and there's so much nonsense out there that people just like, I mean, whatever it is you're looking for, you're gonna find it. And it's like, if your algorithm right now, like, because all of our algorithms are totally like our own,
attacking us.
And like, if you want goodness in your life, if you want to fill yourself with high vibration stuff and that stuff that just feels good, then you got to start looking at stuff that feels good. Otherwise, your algorithm is just going to keep feeding you the same stuff that, so wherever you are, like, you can change, you can make a difference, you can change that for yourself.
Yeah. Your computer is
look at.
your mind live.
So what are you getting? Are you just getting a whole bunch of nonsense stuff that's just wasting your time? and I get caught in it. I do.
Yeah.
I'll catch myself. I'm like, just looking at TikTok on all these people who are doing these dances. I'm just like, what in the world? Like, and how am I caught in watching this? I have to like turn it off and just walk away.
So funny.
It is. It's crazy.
My
how
kids love that stuff. It makes me sad. But I mean, maybe, I don't know. I have no judgment of it personally, because I haven't been into it.
Right.
I've been too wrapped up in myself to watch other people do their thing.
Right.
But I'm so happy that I just don't care. Like, this wasn't a get on here and defend myself, because I was. I've got nothing to defend.
Right.
I'm just getting on here and trying to progress and be accountable and improve my life and watch God repair the things around me. And it's just, I love it. The little tiniest things, like, just mean so much to me, because I really don't deserve anything, you know. The way that anything in my life is just a blessing. It's like God has given me life, and I'm just grateful. I live in gratitude.
Me too.
So
I know, I wake up so grateful. Just I'm grateful for the breath that I take. Just grateful for a new day to create and to enjoy.
yeah. And it doesn't mean that I don't have the days where I don't even want to get out of bed, and I just want to climb under my sheets and just be wallowing in my depression. But I don't let it take me. I just choose not to.
I'm a lot more accepting, though. Like,
Yes.
I'm a lot more accepting of where I am. If I wake up feeling off or feeling low for whatever reason, because, I mean, we have bodies with chemicals and things affect us, and so it's like, it's just, I'm more accepting. I don't feel like I have to change it or alter it or make myself always constantly feel good and feel high and feel blissful, you know.
But at the
it's not
same
life.
time, you don't have to be miserable in that moment of depression.
Exactly.
Or whatever it is that's going on. I don't have to suffer in misery. I can just experience it. Just be part of it. Yes. See it for what it is. You know, to say that there aren't those days that I just lay in bed and then all of a sudden it's tomorrow because I spent an entire day just laying in bed. Well, I wasn't miserable. I was praying almost the whole time. Please, just give me grace. Please, I'm a sinner. Help me. And it's like the next day is bright. I don't have a month go by where I'm using and I'm abusing myself. And, you know, I truly believe I'm healthier than I've ever been. Like, really, in my entire life, I feel healthier than I have ever been. And people might look at me and think, is Corey sick? No, Corey's healthy. Corey's skinny because he comes from a skinny family. Well, I mean, most of us are pretty freaking skinny, you know? And those of us that think we aren't, we still are, you know?
Right, because we have
We've got some serious judgmental issues about our bodies. But, yeah, I love being healthy, and I love having mental clarity and being able to think. Just
so do I.
Not wanting control, not needing control, and just praying for those that don't.
I really do love clarity. Like, I love that I say control. I love that my mind is not affected by chemicals. Because I used to love to smoke weed like every single day. And I felt like I needed to smoke weed to feel normal, to feel good, to function in life, you know, but I don't like it now. I don't like that it alters my mind. I like having a clear mind today.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, it feels good. And it feels good not to be hooked on opiates. It is such
not to be hooked on anything.
Not to be hooked on.
I'm probably hooked on sugar, and I've got my own hooks, but
Not
nothing.
hooked on sugar, but those freaking caffeine drinks have got me. But I mean, whatever.
Right. I mean, I don't like saying that I'm not hooked on anything, because then I'm like, well, I might be hooked on stuff that I don't realize that I'm hooked on.
Hooked on water. No,
I'm not hooked on
I have a
anything, like,
long
major.
way to go, like I've said, but we've done this consistently for a year, and anybody that knows me, and anybody that wants to see what they want to see, they're going to see that, and they're going to judge it, and they could say that I'm loaded right now for some reason because Corey's happy.
Right.
You know? Because most of my life I've kind of walked around with a smug, just aloof type of attitude that I didn't ever want to be consciously there and present, because then when I'm not there and I'm not present, then people would notice it. So I lived my whole life kind of aloof and unattached. So, I am me. This is who I am, and we've called it Unleashed.
Right.
Life is
people
good.
don't like it, then they won't watch it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing about it is, like, it's gonna find the people who need it, and it really, I've said this many times before, that it's really just for one person. Like, there's gonna be one person. Like, it's so funny because TikTok is a whole different world out there that I've just, like, you put stuff out there, and I mean, people just say whatever is on their mind. So I've received a lot of just comments that just make me laugh, because they're just like, why would you even comment? Like, if you don't like it, why are you even watching it? Why are you spending your time? Like, why? But I think to myself, well, it's just not for that person, but that doesn't mean that it's not for another person out there that needs to hear something I have to say. I mean, I don't know.
It might be for that person because they're not ready to look at themselves.
And it might be I needed to hear their comments so that I can look at myself. I don't know. All I know is that I'm really striving hard to hear the Spirit in my life, and to follow the Spirit, and to speak whenever He wants me to speak. And I mean, I judge myself a lot, and I'm really working on that. Like, I recognize that I have doubted myself so much in my life that I doubt the Spirit. Like, I sometimes doubt, like, is this really the Spirit, or is this just me? And I doubt a lot, and I'm really having to overcome that, because it's a habit. It's something that I've learned, because I've been questioned a lot. Like my reality has been questioned a lot, and so it makes me question myself. And so that is something that I'm having to learn to do differently, and to listen, and to not doubt the Spirit, and to just follow.
That's awesome. Part of the opening prayer at church yesterday was that we could get rid of our doubts and our fears. And that was really stood out to me. So, yeah. I mean, that's all part of ego. All part of just,
totally.
wanting to be seen in something. I am who I am, and I love that. I love that. This is the last thing I can say, but you can say whatever. But I love just saying his name, John St. Julian Baba Wanyaba, But taking everything off of who I am, a business owner, a drug addict, a recovering addict, whatever, a Christian, American, American, Caucasian, whatever. Just take all that off of me, and all that's left is I am. I am. That's who I am. That's I am.
Yeah.
And you can take that for whatever you want it to be, but I believe that we all are.
Yeah, that is all we are. Like, truly.
We're all one.
Yeah. We get so caught up in our thoughts and who we think we are, and just these pressures and
the identity.
And we get so overwhelmed with so much stuff in our lives, and it's like, if you just disconnect from all that and just recognize who you are, who we are, like, we're just, and I've said it so many times, we're just love. We are just love and light and joy and happiness. Like, that is our soul. Like, we're just not all that other stuff. And when you can disconnect from it, it just brings so much peace. It's like, we're good. Everything is good. We're good. We're safe. We're taken care of. And it just, it just feels good.
Life is good.
It is. I think that's all.
I love y'all.
Bye, y'all.